Yeah, this is Jose and Francis.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
All right, right. I logged in from her computer, so
Oh, awesome, dude. Awesome. I didn't know if it was your partner or what, but okay, cool, man. Thank you. Thank you for meeting with me today.
no problem. Thanks to you for meeting with us.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late. My last call was just running a little bit over. Thank you guys for working with us.
No, that's fine. Thanks.
Yeah. So tell me, man, thank you so much for replying to my email and stuff. How can I help you?
Well, you thought about, you sent the information about, how can you help us scale, or, well, basically to get started with the real estate. I have done it for a while on and off, but never, dedicated 100% of the time. But now I would like to do that, and I know you came across. I met you with Run Like Grant last year. So, but I'm trying to see if I can, we can scale by doing the Facebook that you were promoting. How that you can help with that,
Yeah.
and also, some of your other advertisings to get started, basically.
Awesome. Well, tell me, so I know so you were working with Ron. Have you gone through Ron's program of creative financing and stuff already?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So you currently are comfortable with wholesaling and creative financing, is that right?
God, to be honest, I haven't really done much of those. What I have done is I have a rehab from basically pretty much a few properties every year for the last few years. But I
Okay.
want to, like I said, I wanted to scale and dedicate 100% to that now. So
Oh, gotcha. So you've kind of been a flipper, is
yes.
what you're saying, a
Mhm.
little bit. Okay, cool. So you're super familiar with it. You've just been on one side of it, not the other side. And then are you looking to create an operation? I guess, are you looking to create an operation that wholesales, creative finances, fixes and flips, and does it all? Or are you just looking to do wholesaling and creative financing?
No, the operation pretty much,
Everything.
because as you know, they come along and you have to choose and pick. And if you get that chance,
Exactly.
why not?
Exactly. No, I was thinking the same exact thing. So what I'm gonna pull up here for us is like a little bit of a mind mapping software that I have. So and so what are you doing right now? Are you just flipping right now at the moment? Is that your primary source of income?
Yes. Well, I work also in a factory as a supervisor, but I'm trying to get out of there and concentrate.
Get out of that. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. So you currently do have a full-time job. You have flipped several houses in the past. And
Yes.
now you want to have a model that maximizes your current flow, whether that's wholesaling, fixing, flipping, or creative financing. And then your goal is to not have to work the 9 to 5 anymore once the process we create is working properly.
Yes. Mhm,
Right?
yes.
Okay, cool. No worries. Yeah. So I just like to regurgitate everything so I can make sure that, I have it, so I'm just going to create like a little flow here. Okay. So we have like lead gen, we've got direct mail, we've got cold calling, text messaging, Facebook ads. Okay, so then after we get a lead, we're going to then research it, right? Okay, so research lead potential. Okay, so then when we research the lead potential, it can be a wholesale, it can be a fix and flip. How are you currently funding your fix and flips? Are you doing it yourself? Are you doing hard money lending?
I use hard lending And right now, I've been using most of my own. I currently have 3 full rehabs, 2 basic and complete, and 150%.
Right. Okay. So then we're gonna research the kind of potential that we have on the lead. Now I'm gonna put this wholesaling, then I'm gonna put creative financing, novations, and fix and flip. Okay, now I'm kind of putting this in order of priority. Okay. I don't want to speak for you, but it sounds like you want to get into the wholesaling, maybe less work, more money, or same money than fix and flipping sometimes, and then keep the dope ass fix and flips for yourself that make a lot of money, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Is really the strategy. Okay, so we got our lead, then we want to research lead potential. We want to see which process it's going to go under, and then, depending on the process, we should create criteria, right? So we have our wholesale criteria, our creative finance criteria, novation criteria, and then fix and flip. So what I'd recommend we do is we pre-create, and you're going to know these answers for yourself better than I am, but what is the criteria for each of these things, right? For you to say that's what kind of deal that is, so you can identify. Okay. So that way you can start when you get a lead, right? Your big thing is, well, how do I know what this one's best to be served for?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, right. So I'm just making stuff up here, but you see, I've added a couple. All
Mhm.
right. So 50% off ARV needs a lot of work. Novation. Do you know what novations are?
I heard it, but right now it didn't click.
Okay, so I'll explain it to you real quick, okay? So let me see if I have one of those already. Okay, so novations are basically somebody wants to, okay. Let's say someone wants to sell their house for $100,000.
Okay.
And if it was a wholesale deal, you would need that house to be worth 100,000 and for it to be for sale for 50,000. If it was a
Okay.
wholesale deal.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, a novation deal can not be as attractive. Okay. So you don't need that spread so bad. So let's say on a novation deal, they want 80,000.
Okay.
And the house is worth 100. That wouldn't be a wholesale deal, right?
No.
Because there's
No.
not enough room there. Now, with the novation, what you do is you ask them if they have time. How long? I need to sell this house. Okay, I can help you sell it. How long do you need to
Okay.
sell it? Do you need to sell it this month? If you need to sell it this month, I can make you a cash offer. But if you're okay with 60 to 90 days, we can explore something called a novation, where I can get you guaranteed $80,000 for this house. Does that sound good to you? Oh, yes, it does sound good to me. Okay, great. Sign this contract. So then they sign a contract with you for $80,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you do is you're going to take the house and you're going to guarantee to the homeowner that you're going to make it FHA loan compatible.
Okay.
Okay. Which is the most popular loan in the United States. All right.
Mhm.
Now,
Yes.
in order for it to be on an FHA loan, all these things do have to be fixed. But you're going to go to the homeowner, you're going to say, look, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to list this house on the market. Now, I am going to cover any repairs that need to be done to get this house sold at this top dollar. But I'm guaranteeing you $80,000. So even if the house sells for 120, you're getting 80. But I'm going to do all the repairs. I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to do everything. All you have to do is pick up your check in 60 days when the house sells. Okay. So novations is almost like a service if you think about it, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to list your house with the realtor. I'm going to do the repairs for you, but you don't do any repairs until you show the house. Okay. Until someone says, yes, I want to buy it. So you don't put any money in up front.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So then you walk a couple buyers, and let's say you have to put $5,000 in. Okay. Now, ideally, these houses aren't in that bad of shape to begin with.
Okay.
All right. This isn't like a wholesale deal. This is like, this is like lipstick on a pig.
Mhm.
Okay. And then you put 5,000 in. And let's say you put the house on the MLS, it sells for 110.
Yes.
Okay. So now you collect the 110. You do have to pay the realtor,
Mhm.
and you do have to pay for repairs, and you do have to pay the homeowner. But let's say the realtor was 6,000.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say the repairs is 5,000
Mhm.
and the homeowner wanted 80,000. That's only 91,000. And you sold the house for 110 on the MLS.
Yes.
Okay. So you make that $19,000 spread on a deal that previously was a dead deal. Does that make
Mhm.
sense a little bit?
Yes. Mhm.
So in short, to recap, you get the property, you get the homeowner to agree to a discounted buyout.
Yes.
You then get a realtor to list the property. Now you do need the homeowner's signature to do that, but you
Okay.
you find a realtor, you list the property. You then show the house, you repair it only as interested buyers come and sign contracts. You don't repair it beforehand. And then
Mhm.
after you sell, you pay the realtor, you pay the repairs, and then you pay the homeowner, and then you keep all the profit. Okay. So it's a very amazing strategy, and it kind of goes hand in hand with exactly what you're doing. Okay. Which is why I'm kind of putting it up here with the other stuff.
Okay.
All right. I think it should be there. If you don't know a lot about it, don't talk about it a lot yet, but I would do some more research, and based what I just told you, I just made it a little simpler on you,
Mhm.
but do some more research. Okay.
Okay.
So I just created these 4 buckets, for example,
Okay.
and then, this is basically how this is going to go. So, oh. But yeah, and then you'll pick whichever one comes out of this. So that is one thing that I do recommend that I think you should do
Okay.
is come up with some kind of process like this. I can also send this to you as well, so you can keep this for yourself.
Yeah, if you could, thanks.
Yeah. And then no matter what kind of lead gen comes in here, okay, you decide it's because, and this is really for everyone. I mean, this isn't you, Jose. Every wholesaler in the nation should be doing this,
Yeah.
right? I mean, this is how it goes. We start with the wholesale deal cash offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if they don't want the cash offer, but they're open to payments, then we focus on creative finance. Then if they're not open to payments, but the home is in decent condition and they have time where they don't need to sell right away,
Mm-hmm.
then novation's perfect. And then if
Yeah.
you don't want to do novation, and let's say you're like, look, I'm not doing a fix and flip unless it's 100K profit, period, flat out. And then
Yeah.
if it's your 100K profit, you just flip it, you know?
Mhm.
So then you work every lead through this entire process, starting with the cash offer and then ending with the fix and flip. These three is really where you're looking at right here. And then this is just what you do if the numbers look amazing,
Okay.
right? That's kind of what I'm seeing for you. I'm gonna create a copy of this for you right now.
All right, thanks.
And I'm gonna email this to you as well. Okay, this is gonna be in our meeting today.
Okay.
So let me just find our message. Is today Monday? Yeah, it sure is.
Yes. Month. Mm-hmm.
And then now, I guess the next part of your question is, lead gen strategies to get you there,
Yes.
right? You'll process mine. Now, I know you brought up Facebook ads, which is awesome. Facebook ads is absolutely killing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I just wanted to send that to you. So I know you brought up Facebook ads. Those are doing great. I would recommend. And then what market are you in? What market are you investing in?
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And then how has lead gen been so far? I haven't, believe it or not, I've only had a handful of people hire me in Chicago before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Chicago is one of those places that seem like a big city, so you should stay away from it. But since I've really never had anybody hire me there, maybe like 3 people in 6 years have hired me in Chicago, so that's not very much.
Mm-hmm.
So how has your feel been of the market? Like when you were doing lead gen, is a lead really hard to come by? Is it easy to come by, or is it saturated? How do you think the market is so far?
It is saturated, but since it's a big city, it depends on the areas, I guess, that you want to focus on.
Yeah, it's doable, right?
Yeah.
So, well, one thing I was gonna say is if you're gonna be in a bigger city, what I recommend doing is finding the markets that, if you're gonna be in a bigger city, I recommend you start in what the coldest parts of the city are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If you start in the hottest parts of the city, inside of the hottest city, it's generally going to be much harder for you to generate a lead. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see you start in the coldest part of a hot city.
Okay.
And so my recommendation to you would be to start in the area that is as rural or suburban as that area holds. And if that's hard to identify, then what I would do is I would pick the part of the city that's closest to the nearest shitty town. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like if there's like any shitty towns around Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
pick the nearest shitty town but don't go inside of it. Stay in Chicago, but pick everything that's closest to that shitty town. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do to start for your campaigns. Now, that's for cold calling and text messaging. For Facebook ads, it's kind of the opposite. If I get you on the phone with my Facebook ads expert, what he tells people is for best results, we need broader areas,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how Facebook works. So for cold calling, I'm telling you to hone in on this little crappy market. Okay. For Facebook ads, I want you to zoom out. Okay. How big of a market can we get to is going to be your question there. So that's probably going to be a better chat with my Facebook ads guy. He'll talk to you completely free. He'll run a free consult with you and everything.
Okay.
I'll give you his phone number as soon as we hang up here. Or
Okay.
actually, I'll try to email it to you. But he'll help you dissect that, but it's kind of like a little bit different. And then for the cost comparison, you know, I think that we'll see that cold calling will probably win numerically. Like you might get more leads.
Okay.
Like maybe you'll get 15 leads as opposed to 10 for Facebook ads or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
However, the cold calling leads are probably going to be a lot more like relationship based.
Okay.
You know, they're not. You know, the thing about cold calling is they want you to have a relationship with them. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, you know, I would just be prepared to make sure that if you're cold calling, you're ready to form a relationship, that you've got good systems in place, that you're talking to the homeowners, that you're friendly and you're fun and you're trying to be their friend.
Okay.
You don't have to be their friend, but for you to have the energy like you're trying to be their friend
Yes.
is extremely important for cold calling, specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, those would be that would be kind of my recommended approach. You know, if you were to employ those strategies. And then do you have a budget that you were going to move forward with? Like I got $500 a month or $1,000 a month or whatever it might be that I can put towards this. Do you have a budget in mind already?
Probably the 500 to the 500, 300 to 500 probably a month.
Okay. So what I would do, excuse me, I'm gonna pull up my website here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I would do to start is I would do one of two things. I would either go with the shotgun, which this includes American callers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or I would go down here to the bazooka, and this is like foreign callers. So I would either do the overseas shotgun or the bazooka. Okay. If you wanted to go foreign, these are a little bigger. Okay. This one's a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And this is fine over a month or over 6 weeks or something
Okay.
like that. 4 to 6 weeks. You get to decide, 2 to 6 weeks. And then this one, excuse me, I would recommend this 2 to 4 weeks. What I might do with this one is
Mm-hmm.
maybe do this over 2 weeks and then work the leads for 2 weeks, might be my strategy. First 2 weeks of the month, we do this. Next 2 weeks of the month, you try to close deals, and then we just start that over again. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that would be, and then seeing that you're in Chicago, I think it's a safe bet. You know, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, where you go, whether it's foreign or American. I normally only recommend foreign and more saturated cities. Okay. And I recommend the American everywhere else. I think where you are, it's kind of a toss up. You could really go either way with, you know, your your location. I do think for the foreign team would probably be fine though, and they're a little cheaper, which
Okay.
means it goes further for the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then what I'll do, Jose, too, is I'll give you a coupon code today. So no matter what you buy, we'll go ahead and hook you up. And the coupon code is Godfather. I'll put it in the chat here.
Okay.
And that's all one word. And
Mhm.
what that will do is that will only save you $1, but we will give you 10% more of whatever you buy.
Okay.
So if you buy this package, we give you $60 of free lead gen, completely free, okay?
Mhm.
If you do this, we give you $94 of lead gen, completely free. So you can pick whichever package you want, doesn't matter. And that coupon code you can use 3 times as
Okay.
well. So that
All right.
10% bonus you can use on your first 3 purchases that you make with us.
Okay.
All right, awesome, man. Do you have any questions at all for me?
No, not really. Thanks for the info
Yeah.
and some of the
And
clarifications. Mhm.
yeah, and then I guess, one last thing I'll leave you with is one thing I do offer all of my clients, which you might know about this, but I offer them all weekly one-on-ones.
Mhm.
And that's completely free. So every week your campaign ends, you can meet with me every week to talk about the results on it.
Okay.
Here's another one I had pulled up of a client's I did to give you an example of those results, where we cover all the leads that he got. We cover each week that the campaign happened, and then we cover all of his stats as well. So I'll
Okay.
cover this with you weekly if you book those calls with me, and that's all completely free as well.
Okay.
So you'll really get like an insight to everything that we do.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man. Anything else I can answer for you, Jose, at all?
No, not at the moment. Thanks. We appreciate your time and the information, and we will be booking, trying to get some of the lead generation that you have.
Absolutely. And I'm also going to put this phone numbers on my website, but I just put my cell phone number in the chat as well here. You guys can call me or text me anytime if you need anything. If you need to reach out or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Okay. One question before you leave then. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Facebook, what those lead generations cost, or what is the amount that they look into?
So Facebook, I'll pull that up here. Facebook it's about $1,000 a month. Let's see what that is. So it's about $1,000 a month. And then we recommend that you have $20 per day additional to put towards Facebook ads. So that it's about $1,600 a month is what I'd expect on like a minimum budget for Facebook ads. 1,000 goes to us, 600 goes to Facebook, and then that puts your ads out in front of everybody. And then we do all the management stuff.
Okay.